40,000 brand new condos are coming to completion in 2025. But wait, how many of these units will actually close? What will end up back on the market? And just who is going to buy these new units? This is already a huge problem in Toronto on top of what was already a really bad year for the condo market in 2024. Now you have to keep in mind, these 40,000 new condo units were already overpaid for by these owners, just like this one bedroom that was sold for $900,000 in 2021. What are they worth now? $700,000, give or take? Yeah, it's bad. So get ready for it because the condo market is headed for disaster in 2025. And here are my 7 condo predictions for this coming up year. So if you like numbers, you like charts, you like graphs, and you're wondering where on earth is the condo market headed for in 2025, keep watching, and especially until the end because I'm going to answer the magic question that everyone's been asking me in the last 2 months. When are condo prices actually going to go back up? Everyone seems to be waiting for this, so I'll make sure to tell you my thoughts on this, so stay tuned. Hi, my name is Zen, and if you're enjoying my data-driven and number-crunching real estate updates, be sure to like and subscribe. So here are my 7 wild predictions for the condo market in 2025. Number 1, oversupply. I'm going to start this video with the most important graph out there. This is the condo completion, so new product in the next 2 years of 2025 and 2026. And we thought unsold condos are high now. Wait until we see the condo completions in 2025 and 2026. The problem is twofold. Number 1, this is adding a lot more supply to both the resale market and the rental market. And 2, these condos coming for completion in 2025 and 2026 are the 30% over the peak market prices condos that were sold. So these are your $1,600 price a square foot in downtown condos. Keep this all in mind for this video. Number 2, tons of inventory. Here's the Toronto condo months of inventory chart. Green is a seller's market, yellow is a balanced market, and red is a buyer's market. Keep in mind it's a little bit lower right now because it's the end of the year. We just steered clear of a buyer's market where prices potentially go down some more, mainly due to the jumbo rate cuts as I was describing in last week's video. But it just doesn't mean that prices are going to go up because of that. Prices for condos in Toronto generally go up when the months of inventory is below 2. You see this red box I've highlighted here for you? That's when condo prices actually start increasing. We are so far from 2 months of inventory right now in Toronto market, even before all these new pre-construction condos come for completion in 2025 and 2026. This chart here is the current unsold inventory. It's down from the peak inventory a few months ago, but it's still super duper high. The years when prices were going up, unsold inventory was below 2,000 units. We're at 5,200. That's more than double. And again, before all of these new 40,000 completions happened this year. Now here's where things get weird. This chart here talks about the sales that happened in 2024, and you can see that most of the sales happened between the $500,000 segment up to about $700,000. This segment makes up 51% of the sales in 2024. That's telling you where the buyers will be in 2025 as well. On top of that, most buyers in this price point tend to be first-time homebuyers who can amortize their mortgage 30 years now, thanks to new CMHC rules that were implemented at the end of 24. This will essentially give anyone, that's kind of on the fence without the 20% down to allow them to buy the first property with an additional 10% more buying power. So in short, there are buyers for that $500,000, $700,000 nicely laid out condo. But if you're trying to sell a sub 500 square feet unit that's like a bachelor's or a 3-bedroom unit, yeah, good luck. The same could be said for the suburban condo market in Vaughan, Markham, and Mississauga. However, there's one thing that's different is that the 40,000 total completions in all of Greater Toronto area heavily skews the 905 side, right? The suburban side. Also, the prices for the 905 condos right now are a little bit too high for what Toronto condo prices are. So there should be some compression to correct for the pandemic boom. Hey, it's me interrupting myself. Ready to make a move? Just one free call, no hassle, put decades of experience to work for you. Number 3, 1-bedroom outliers. This chart over here is the months of inventory chart separating the condos in Toronto by the number of bedrooms. And you can see that the bachelor unit is at 8 months of inventory, which is 2 times the average months of inventory in Toronto. And this is why I was saying bachelor units will not perform in 2025. These were mainly the investor units and the investors are not back. The same can be applied for your 3-bedroom units, especially the super compact ones. But when you look at the 1 bedrooms and the 2 bedrooms, it's lower than the average because like I was saying earlier, the well laid out units that are 1 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms, so like to call it the 1 bedrooms over 500 square feet and the well laid out 2 bedroom units, around 750 square feet, on the corner are selling. These are your livable units and the end users are back. Number 4, no investors. Now, the magic question I've been asked a lot is, when do I think condo prices are going to be going up? And I would say very unlikely in 2025. And here's my rationale. Condo buyers have always been made up of like condo investors and first-time home buyers. And according to StatsCan, as of 2022, in Toronto, investors made up 38.3% of the condo market. I would say it's a little bit higher than that, but let's just say 40%. This means that the buyer pool for condos right now is still too small. If the Toronto condo markets are made up of 40% investors, then right now that 40% of the buyers are missing right now. So some end users are back, but they only make up the other 60%. It's not that they're all back at the same time. So without the investors coming back, we'll have a very hard time absorbing that unsold inventory, let alone the non-livable units, and move the market to a months of inventory of 2 so that prices can actually go up through multiple offers. So we're still a little bit away from that. So the question really is, when are condo investors coming back? And my suspicion is that condos need to cash flow first. So you look at this chart over here, condos are still like minus $700 a month right now for standard kind of 20% down. How do you bridge that $700 a month to at least be break even? Well, it's gonna be a combination of the following: rents going up, rates coming down, and prices coming down. And let's just go through each one of these scenarios. 1, rates coming down. Yeah, very likely. Maybe you'll shave another like $200-300 a month. You're not quite there yet. And I do think that rates are going to come down faster than most people think, but your condo is still cash flow negative. Number 2, can prices come down to make them cash flow? Yeah, there's definitely a probability of that, but that in itself is the problem. Prices coming down for condos scares off a lot of condo investors. Generally, people have herd mentality and buy on the way up. It's the old adage of don't catch a falling knife, right? So, that's out. Then, which leads me to rent, which is point number 5. Rents stay flat. At best, our population currently is shrinking in the next 2 years, which has a direct impact on what the rental rates are. And on top of that, you have rental prices right now at a 15-month low. So there is downward pressure. And furthermore, to add salt to the injury, like the resale market, you have right over here in this chart, the most amount of condo listings for rent in Toronto right now. And this is all before the 40,000 completions in 2025. That right there does not sound like a recipe for rents going up. So when rents aren't going up, investors aren't coming back in 2025. And then let's not forget, there's the wild card of the potential recession. Prediction number 6, the pre-construction condo markets are underwater. This is a wild card number 2. A lot of these 40,000 unit completions will be under appraising, meaning they're worth less than what they bought it for. They were bought in 2021 and 2022 for 30% over the market price at that time. They're significantly underwater now from some of the ones that I can see. This could spell absolute disaster for the condo market. Sentiment could be very bad, and it may even scare off some first-time home buyers from entering the market. That's how bad it is. Now, there are programs by the government and the banks to backstop a lot of this, but just how effective can this be is to be determined. It could be an absolute gong show if it heads in that direction, or we paper over and kick the can down the road like we normally do and maybe cover it up. So yeah, 2025 isn't looking great for condos. And the final prediction, number 7, when are prices gonna increase? Here's my math. To have prices go up, we need to hit 2 months of inventory. We're at 5 right now, consisting of 5,000 plus unsold Toronto condos and 2,500 plus unsold suburban like 905 condos. To get to 2 months of inventory, we need sales to increase, or we need the unsold inventory to decrease. Unsold inventory isn't decreasing, on top of 40,000 completions coming for 2025. So that's out of the picture. So we need sales to increase by 150% to make it there, meaning we need more buyers. Do you know which segment of the buyers are missing right now? The investors. So if you're looking for when prices will stop trading sideways and going down, you need the investors for condos to come back. So you should look at the sentiment for condo investors. Now, when do I think investors will be back to help push the prices up? Well, I suspect we're going to get past this recession first, which I still do think is coming, which is why I think rates are going to come down faster. Secondly, we have to steer clear of all these completions in 2025 and some in 2026 so that the sentiment isn't as bad. And towards the end of 2026, when we start, clearing all that bad news and start talking about how there's a lack of inventory in 2028, I think some condo investors will come back. And you just hope that at that point, the end users would have chipped away at some of the inventory. So yeah, it's going to be a while. Now, as a condo owner, this is the news that you don't want to hear, but this is the news that you need to hear. But just understand this. Condos in Toronto are still the lowest entry point for anyone trying to climb the real estate ladder. So that's kind of why the end users will be coming back. It really is just how badly are the condo investors hurting. And to fully understand how badly some condo investors are hurting, we have to look at how bad the pre-construction market is right now. But what you do need to know is that there's potentially a $15 billion worth of condos being underwater that's coming for completion this year and next year in 2026. This is exactly what I talk about in this video. And that could be the nail in the coffin for the condo market in 25 if it gets really, really bad when you mix it with the recession. So make sure you understand some of the risk before you start looking into buying a condo in 2025. I'll talk to you in that video. Remember, your move, your future. See ya.